Hello everyone, thank you for being here. And if you are new, thank you for stopping by. Today I will talk about the biggest problem that occurs very often. As the title already said, the horror when victims don't know they are a victim. Writing and editing this video took me a lot of effort. It was very emotional, and it reminded me why I'm doing what I'm doing. This video is not very joyful, and I may appear emotional at the end. I'm sorry for that. You'll notice soon enough why that happened. So guys, again, thank you for being here. If you found this story or information insightful, please subscribe to this newborn channel so we can grow as a community, spread more awareness, and reach more people. Now let's dive into it. Understanding the need to escape only comes once you have broken free from the narcissistic person's system. The main issue is that many victims are unaware of what is happening to them. Additionally, very few people are familiar with this form of abuse, leading countless victims to believe it is all their fault. They have always been told that they are to blame. It feels like being trapped in a guerrilla war, as you never know where the danger might come from. As a result, many victims develop a severe form of CPTSD. It can be incredibly stressful to be in a situation where you need to be prepared for anything. Narcissists often desire total control over their environment, but their wishes are usually unclear. Their contradictory instructions can leave their victims feeling trapped. This situation can feel lost in a maze, with conflicting directions at every turn. It's a chaotic and unsettling experience. Despite this, it's important not to show any signs of the inner contradictions you may be facing. Narcissists are adamant about upholding their image at all costs. So, you try to follow the logic because that is your only safety. Like a rabbit in the headlights, you wait for new instructions. Your attention is held captive because you will be punished if you do not pay close attention to what is expected of you. The victim initially experiences feelings of humiliation and shame, but the actions of the narcissist subsequently alleviate these negative emotions. This is the main reason why narcissistic abuse is so damaging. It is also why it is so difficult to escape. Victims often feel drained, and these symptoms can keep them feeling trapped, empty, and unreal. Thinking clearly and finding a way out of this situation is essential. Many victims experience an overwhelming sense of inadequacy, constantly feeling unworthy and unable to cope with life. They may also struggle with shame, worry, and finding joy in anything. They may also feel a sense of unease without knowing why. You might be seeking ways to escape these feelings by throwing yourself into work, addiction, or other distractions. The inner turmoil you're experiencing can be overwhelming, especially since you may not understand its root cause. Recognizing that these symptoms may result from someone else's severe emotional issues is essential. When others' harmful behavior affects you, it can make you feel like you're losing control. I refer to this as being pulled into the land of darkness by selfish individuals. Why the land of darkness, you may ask? They always made it seem like you were crazy. You have learned to take responsibility for everything and think carefully about everything you do or say because you could hurt others. In reality, you are trying to prevent new abuse. And the fact that this cannot be named as such is very troubling. Due to years of abuse, you are numb, and it feels like you see nothing clearly. It's as if you are in a thick fog with almost no light coming through. What people with this pathology do is very dark. However, only those who have experienced it up close or are open to it know this. The isolation and disconnection from oneself that comes with this abuse is something that should be taken very seriously. The most crucial step towards healing is understanding what you are dealing with. The symptoms are a result of this everlasting narcissistic abuse. However, because few therapists recognize the symptoms, many victims are mislabeled and diagnosed with depression or anxiety disorders. Fortunately, experts have recognized that there are increasingly more victims with a similar symptom profile. For me, realizing that my symptoms were a result of abuse was essential. For years, I had been made to feel that I was wrong about everything, that it was all my fault, and that I had brought it all upon myself. People often say to trust your gut feeling, but at some point, I no longer knew what I felt or believed. I often disconnected from my body due to dissociation as a coping mechanism for dealing with a narcissistic parent. As an adult, without knowing it, I found myself in a romantic relationship with a malignant narcissist. It's like there's nothing left of myself. They think for me, and I can't even trust my thoughts. I was so lost that I couldn't see anything anymore. Nothing within a year, a month, a week, or a day. I did not see a thing anymore, just 1 hour in front of me. Everything was pitch black, and I thought it was over. Looking back, almost 2 years ago, I said I was disappointed with myself for spending so much time in this situation, being naive and ignoring my instincts even though I knew something wasn't right. I lost 10 years of my youth, from 24 years old to nearly 34 years. I ended up alone, no family or friends left, financially destroyed, etc. That made me so mad. Now, while still puzzling and connecting the dots, I forgave myself. I forgave myself for being mad and disappointed and for saying that to myself. All of this misery is based on false guilt, and it's so crucial that you can see that. It may take a while, but that doesn't matter. It is a mess you must work through, so your thoughts and feelings are typically all over the place. Upon gaining distance from the person and the situation and observing the problem, I realized I wasn't experiencing irrational thoughts. I comprehended the severity of the situation and recognized the need to prioritize my well-being by deciding to leave, or in my case, to escape, flee. People need to know and understand that these individuals will never change. The stakes are too high. What are the stakes, you ask? You don't get your time back again. Neither is your health. Staking your life and happiness on the idea that this person, who has never changed, will change one day is the worst bet you can make. You are stuck, being destroyed, and left depleted. You lose sight of every aspect of life, and you lose yourself. You lose everything. In the darkest scenario, you can lose your life. People can end up dead. Let this sink in for a moment, please. My time was near, and it was still a significant danger just around the corner. This is my shout out to all of you. I know how hard it is to see what's going on if you are in it. An outsider is more likely to see what's happening. If you can, talk with people. I wish everyone lots of strength and much love. I hope this video may have brought you some insight or wisdom and that it may help you in every possible way.